Yeah, welcome everybody to the 76 Devs Show and Tell. Today we're talking about some Solana game dev with Thomukas. What am I saying?
Thomukas.
How you doing, man? What are we doing here?
Hey! We are gathering up here to celebrate game development. Celebrate game development on in Web3 world. And for the past couple of months, we were blessed by Solana Foundation's grant because basically what happened is, if you guys are not familiar, there was a Unity SDK, right? For Solana SDK was available in Unity game engine, which is, I'm pretty sure it's like the most popular one, right? But the problem with it was that Unity decided to add some additional costs that made basically downloading a game cost money for people. So if basically what it watered down to is, if your game gets pirated and people start downloading it, you're gonna pay for it. So of course things were made, changes were reversed, right? But the general consensus by the community of Unity was, bro, this is like some corporate bullshit. The further it's going, the less power we're gonna have, the more fees we're gonna need to pay, right? And so people just started to look into Godot game engine. And Godot is this free open source game engine. That is, if you guys are familiar with Blender for 3D modeling, right? Software Blender. It's basically like Blender, but for games, right? So Blender is free open source for 3D modeling. Godot is the same thing, but for game engines. It's still pretty young, right? It's still got some things going, right? But it really already can stand the ground against other engines. And so I just decided to take my chances and try out moving from Unity to Godot to see what it's like there. And I just thought, hey, why don't I just do an SDK so that I can both earn some money from it and learn how to develop on Godot. And I basically told Solana Foundation that it's an important thing, because young developers right now who are starting their game development journey, who are just joining in to becoming a developer, they're mostly now choosing Godot because of how difficult it is to start with Unity. So basically, the play to make a SDK for Solana is to adopt younger generation of developers and get more firepower. Those people who still don't have any jobs, any obligations, right? Those people can go and create some Web3 games using Godot SDK. So actually, let me. It's gonna be, I think, more efficient if I'm gonna put up. Just give me 1 second to put a chat. I'll check the chat on a different computer. It's gonna be a bit more convenient for me. 1 second. Okay, cool. Oh, I thought you guys were gonna comment something, but still no comments. All right. So I guess that was the introduction. No, this was a story about Solana SDK and why this was necessary. But for introduction, guys, if you guys are seeing me for the first time, I'm Thomukas1, founder of Zen Republic. You can see the flag right here, Zen Republic Game Studio. We've been around since 2020. We first were developing VR games, then moved on to Web3 games, just basically checking what's the new latest thing in tech and trying to experiment it, exploring it, and trying to make it in this world. And we also have Rubians NFT collection, which we are doing some very cool experimentation with 3D avatars. But that can go, maybe I can come to show and tell next time to talk just about those VRM avatars. So I don't know. I think maybe I can just go ahead and show some kind of introduction. I don't want to delve deep into the code, because it's gonna. The language this is built on is GDScript. It's basically similar to Python, but still, since you guys probably haven't used Godot, right? If I go into code, you guys are gonna lose interest and walk away. So what I'm just gonna do, I'm just gonna try to move over different features, what we have, how it's convenient to use, and stuff like that. So if you guys don't mind. And also, Kudo, if you have questions or if you want to say something, please do interrupt, because I can just go off on a tangent.
Sweet. Yeah. If people send stuff in any of the chats, I'll try to surface those as well. But let's dive in. If you share your screen, I'll throw it on the stage.
Very cool. Let's see. Entire screen should be good. And let me know if that is all right.
Nice. Maybe can you zoom in on that editor at all?
Zoom in on an editor. God damn it. I don't think that's going to be that easy.
Control plus work, maybe?
And no, that's
Okay.
not going to work.
I wonder if I can maybe find another layout where it's just your screen. Or that one's a little bigger. How about this one? Your face isn't on it, but it's full screen now.
Oh, you turned it into full screen now?
Yeah, is that better?
Yeah, sure.
Or do you want your face beside it, or is full screen good?
I think people saw me enough. I think I can come back later on for some for some developer perspective point of view. But yeah, I think that can be this can be all right. So maybe I can probably just go from the beginning. So. And also, I'm very sorry. This is very unprofessional. I should close Telegram because I'm gonna get some notifications and stuff. Cool. So this is for the big brains. This Godot Solana SDK. This is for the real big brains. I'm going to send the link right here in the chat. This is for the real big brains. If you guys are familiar completely with Godot, how to make your own shit, if you want to contribute to adding more new cool features, this is where you go. This was made by my partner. He did the backend, the libraries with C++ and everything. So this link is for those who want to join in from the very beginning, from the scratch. And this one is what I've been building on the front end. Wait, my bad, didn't copy correctly. This one. So this one is basically a plugin for Godot engine, which you can just basically right here, Godot Solana SDK 1.0. You can download it and put it into your Godot project. So this is basically what this right here is. You have an add-ons, Solana SDK, and you basically add this whole thing to start off. We have actually the demo version, which I would really like to show you, and then maybe I can show you and then go into the code for some interesting perspectives, or maybe something I will find interesting. And we also have documentation. I think it looks pretty all right. You can check for yourself. And if you can see, I'm sorry, I'm showing this off because I put in so much work. I have to show that I've just basically been grinding on this. But yeah, but the documentation is here, and also there's much more coming soon. But right now, let's go into what the Godot SDK can do. All right. Thoughts on WebGL and Godot? I've had issues in 4.2. Yes. Let me actually get to the issues maybe a bit later. Let me first show off the features, and then I'll go. This is a really good question, and it's actually quite a problem, which is hopefully going to be solved soon. There are some interesting things happening. So basically, when you come up here and install this add-on, you're going to need to go up here in, let's say, project settings. There's going to be plugins, and you basically enable it. That means right now, this thing is going to work in your project. And a very interesting thing about Godot is the autoload. So when you enable the plugin, it will automatically add these two autoloads. These are basically singletons, scripts that you can see. There's a path right in here, and when you start a game, they're gonna be instantly spawned. So they're just like singleton programs, right? And this one is very important. I'll probably try to scratch this one off. Scene loader is not really important, and people will want to create their own. So this one is very important. Solana service does basically everything you need for your Solana Web3 layer. All right. So when you just install it, you're going to have this autoload. And what's important about it is this autoload. It can be found here in Solana SDK autoload, right? Solana service right here. Right, Solana service right here. It opens up this system of nodes where you can basically do a little bit some like customization for what you want to build. Godot, wait, I see free Sol Dev is fudding Godot. Godot plus WebGL or web shit. It's too bloated to be useful. Better off tackling 3GS or Babylon for any 3D WebGL focused games. People don't want to download things. No, I'm saying better to use 3DS Babylon. Godot is cool, but it's like 40 megabytes of just bloat for the scene. Yeah, learn 3GS. Yes. So listen, guys. Sure, the Babylon, whatever, JS, if you go with JS root, sure, you can do those things. However, from my perspective, I try to go with the road of like JS. I did try to learn it a little bit. It's just that from the tools that are already available and everything, you just cannot make anything like proper game. Usually what you can make is just like these 3D simple simulations of some cube spinning. Maybe you can just add some gun to shoot something, but it's just the whole environment, the whole engine structure is just not really friendly for making like proper games. So yeah, it takes more time and everything, right? But with Godot, right? With Godot, sure, it may be like more bloated, it will take more time to load, but at the same time, you can have, let's say, demo working on WebGL, right? And then you can also have the game working on VR, on different consoles and everything. So it's just, if you're focusing on making a game, then I would say this going with Godot road is the perfect choice. If you want to just have like some, if you're just focusing fully on WebGL and stuff, sure, go with GS. But if you guys try Treeland, there's a Treeland, very popular thing, right? Treeland, right? Treeland. Just let me know if you guys haven't seen. So if you guys look at it, go in here in those worlds, you'll see that like they load up pretty fast. It's cool and stuff, but it just feels so limited. It just feels so limited. And the guy himself who's making like these worlds in 3D says like he takes so much time to build anything. There's no like proper libraries, nothing to make the game development easier. So sure, Godot may not be an option for you, and sure, it takes a longer time to load. Sure, it's bloated, but it's if it's like some proper game you want to make, maybe on itch.io, go up here, it loads up for a couple of seconds, right? Then I would suggest going with this route, and I'm really happy that I decided to choose this one. So I'll be reading more comments a bit later, but now let me just kind of show you this whole thing, right? So this is the most important part, right? Solana service. You can add RPC cluster, right? So mainnet devnet. So when you go into the scene, so you have to like do a setup first. So mainnet devnet, add different RPCs, the ones which you want. If you don't load these ones, the defaults are going to be used. This one's transaction processor. I'll get to it maybe a little bit later. Wallet service. This is really important. That makes the development a little easier. Is this thing. So basically with wallet service, if you put on use generated, that means when you start the game up in here, right? It just creates a wallet for you. And it's going to create the same wallet each time because one of the seed is your computer's ID. So it's going to be always the same wallet. And you can also have a custom wallet. So you can like have a path to your computer where you're holding some key pair JSON, right? Which has like the private key in the JSON file, and you can load that wallet. So it's kind of a pretty safe way of testing because it doesn't go together with the project. And if you of course don't use generated, you're gonna go into the web world. And let me show you. And let me show you this thing. So this is, I think, one of the reasons I really prefer Godot to Unity doing WebGL things. Is in Unity you need to build every time, right? And with WebGL, you check this out. You go run in browser, just quickly loads up, and oh shit, my bad, guys. I'm gonna fix this. Give me a second. Oh, I know what this is. I have it running on a different thing. Yes, stop here, and I'm gonna start here because I have some projects I want to show. So this should probably work now, right? Okay. I think if I remember correctly, I chose mainnet. So yeah, this is see, very nice wallet designer. It supports currently Phantom, Backpack, Soulflare, and soon we're soon gonna add Ultimate Wallet, and maybe we'll see maybe more if there's a need for it, right? So here are some of the demos that I can maybe run through. So yeah, basically, in a very simple manner, you can go like change between mainnet and devnet. Let me just, I don't know, maybe let's see with devnet. I should probably have some sol, right? So the very simple solution is just to, you can set what you want to send, right? Some sol, and when you send, something should happen, but it doesn't. Shit. Oh, I know what it is. It's because I'm probably using finalized and what the fuck? Sorry. Oh shit! Can you believe that?
Yeah, no worries.
Can you please believe that? If it's going live. Oh, I know what I did. I was testing one thing. I was testing one thing. So actually, we'll have to try and go up here. 1 second. Transaction processor. Should be not this one. Should be Solana. So I'm sorry, guys. I thought I did redo. Did the thing, but 1 second. Oh yes, I remember what it is. Yes, that's it. I returned before the transaction. So let me start this over because I was testing, and I can get back to what I was testing. We have a new feature coming up, but it's not really part of this whole thing. Yeah, but just to show that the transactions work, and then I'll go to some more interesting things. I don't want to really go, as I said, much more into the code. So let me just kind of show and see if this actually works or if it's broken in some way. Yeah, cool. It seems to be working. I waited too long to confirm transaction. What? Okay, transaction success. Cool. So you can see I was able to send a little bit of sol to wallet, right? So it seems to be working, at least in some sense, right? We also have an NFT loader. Let's see if it's going to load something on the mainnet. Oh, guys, and you can now inspect what kind of NFTs I have. Oh, that can be a nice little thing, right? Guys, let me know if you're holding any of these NFTs that I hold. I think that could be an interesting little thing. Guys, what about LAMP and 888? Have you guys been from the start in this thing? The LAMP 888. Also, I got some from the D reader. Got some like comics and stuff. I need the max win. Yeah. So basically, I mean, of course, dev we had and everything. We got some Rubians. And guys, what is the most shameful NFT? Actually, for the most shameful NFTs, I have a different wallet. I have trash NFTs right here. I have trash NFTs, and all of my shameful NFTs go in this wallet. And maybe sometimes they come back. So there's not really any shameful NFTs up in here. So you can see NFTs are loading up pretty nicely. And one of the most more interesting things is actually this. But I'll have to show this on right here in this app, in the test scene. So let me do, I think, DevNet. Mainnet, but I'll have to use generated. So I want to show you the 3D. It's just because in this test wallet, I have some 3D NFTs to showcase, right? So check this out, guys. We can load in 3D NFTs. Whoa! You see, Alpha League Racing. I also Golden Soul Me Collector. I can do like some zoom ins and stuff, right? So we're also able to load in load in real-time 3D NFTs with GLBs, and that's guys. This is amazing because Godot's default 3D format is GLB, right? So if you just use it with the JSON, if you download everything, you don't need to convert like FBXs and everything. You just download GLB and it just works. And it just works nicely. So yeah, 3D NFTs really, really nice thing. Much recommended you to try out. Haven't really built anything much more than this. The G in GLB stands for Godot, baby. Yeah, I really like that GLB is the default format. It just seems like Godot and Web3 has this a very nice synergy going. Also, there's Candy Machine. And Candy Machine, guys. So this Candy Machine is the thing that that I would like to kind of to base this SDK on. And I would like actually like this is gonna look a little trashy. Like on DevNet, I can just show you that it's just gonna load up some things. If it loads, see, just some test collection of Rubians, right? And you can mint for whatever, right? But I would like to show you the example from a new website that we are building. And let me show you. My idea, maybe I can stop sharing screen. I'll put it, Kudo, if I stop sharing the screen now, will my face show up back again?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what I want to take, how I want to take this SDK, at least to start this, is I know that Unity 1 is currently the stronger one, right? It's currently stronger one. It's got like it's going on the route of, hey, let's make some big brained on-chain games and everything, right? They're going with this route of let's do technologically spectacular things, right? And with Godot and with just my background, I know I cannot compete with that. So I'm going with a bit of a different route. I'm saying it's not, you don't need the SDK. It's not like if you're a game developer or if you're just a developer, right? I mean, like it helps to be a developer, but I'm saying that with this SDK, it can help you to create gamified minting. Instead of go up here if you're a game creator and just create yourself a game with Web3 integrations, right? That's complicated. And if we want to have more adoption for game developers, right, we need to onboard them in a simple manner, at least in some sense, right? For a game developer, like for a developer to become a game developer, they need to be like inspired. They need like to do something and feel that like do something, like move a cube, and they feel like, oh, I did something. It looks like great, right? I'm very proud of what I did. So I'm thinking of going with the route of kind of gamified minting. And let me show an example of what I have in mind. So like to show by example, it's not going to be like that spectacular, right? But this is going to be maybe a little bit of an alpha. I still haven't publicly released this thing, but we have a new website for Rubians. Our Rubians collection have a new experimental 3D website. And it's going to have this gamified minting using this Godot SDK, right? So I just want to show you by example. And this is what I will try to like get some adoption from, is to not make a game, right? Is to not make a game. Instead, maybe there's a new collection coming up. Try to make minting, right? But just with some maybe 3D things or 2D gamified in some way. So it's not just a same old go up here, you see the picture, you press mint and you get it, right? So maybe like it's a more a way to like explore the engine while still doing the same old developer thing of just minting, right? Because we in this SDK we fully support Candy Machine version 3 with guards, and not just guards but guard groups as well. So I know, guys, if you've been like trying to do like these websites with guard groups and everything, I did so myself, and I found there's not really good support for it. So Godot takes care of it very seamlessly. And first, I'm going to show you the example, and I'm going to go into a little bit of a code. Not code, but you'll see. It's going to be pretty fun. So, yeah, I'm sharing the screen right now, right?
Okay. There we go.
All right. So let me show you what I have going on up right here. I hope it's going to be all right. So I'm going, because this is dev mode. So let me go up here. So this is all going to be in the web. I could right now go into the website. It's just that right here I have developer mode enabled, so I can show an example of minting an NFT, right? So like in this website, we have like, this is me, Thomukas1. Oh, I should press E to talk, right? Sup fam, nice having you in the studio, right? So you can have like these natural conversations with the characters, right? And it's like explaining what our Rubians project is about. So I'm just kind of trying to like shed some like interesting methods of having an NFT project have their own website, right? So it's just kind of an interesting angle. And this is the thing. Rubians mint booth. right? So basically, you come up here, you connect your wallet, right? And you see there's like some additional options. You can add a coupon, a voucher. We have those available. And actually, guys, if you drop your wallets right here, I'm gonna send to each one of you guys who dropped a wallet, I'm gonna send you a 25% off coupon for minting a Rubian. It costs 2 Sol. With the 25% off is gonna be 1.5. You may not want to mint it, right? But it's going to be an SPL token. So if you ever decide to mint, then you'll have 25% off. So just drop your wallets. I'm going to send you the coupons right after the show. Then yeah, let me just show you how this whole thing works. So if I press mint now, a camera comes in, it does, right? It takes a picture. Now it's going to wait for the finalized transaction. Right, so signed transaction. Gonna wait for finalization. It's finalized, takes a bit of time, also with priority fees and everything. But now, boom. See, a little bit gamified, a little bit more interesting, and an NFT comes out.
Whoa, that was sweet.
When you got, and there you go. You have yourself an NFT, right? So maybe like I could even do like a whole workshop on how I was able to construct this whole thing. Maybe that could be interesting. Let me know in the chat if you think that's something I should do. If you think that would be cool. So this is so this is what I think could be interesting way to enter this Godot game development road, right? So maybe we can get some adoption from people who are not currently game developers, right? But they understand about like candy machines, about minting, and they want to like do minting in a more interesting way. And now I told you I'm going to show you a bit of a coding insight into how the candy machine works, because I think it's genius. So the way my partner did it is completely unbelievably amazing. So check this out. Basically, mint screen. Okay, so guard settings. Yeah, that's it. So basically, check this out. There is this thing. So basically, mint assets. I can basically create this asset allow list. I think it's called allow list. List. Access. No, candy guard access list. Right. So it's a custom resource. When you create it, you're gonna have something like this. So for example, Rubians mainnet. Right. It's going to create this resource. It already has a default group where you can add your thing. So of course, you need to first go to Sugar, right, and create a candy machine, launch the collection and everything. You need to set up the guards. But when you come up here to Godot, you can copy those things. So for example, we have in Rubians, we have a couple groups, right? One is this one. One is open, right? So this is the 2 Sol for one, right? And let me show you maybe this one, right? So this is like the token one, right? So you add like one token, token to burn. You add the value of like this is the pub key to burn, right? And you can basically fully recreate your candy guard groups right here. See, so it's the default group, and then all the different groups. So we have like one for the open mint, for the token mint, and for the coupon mint, right? So it has like a bit of a discount, right? So with this whole thing, it makes the whole minting really, really easy. And maybe I can even go into the code just a little bit, and I'll show you what's up. So basically, I said Solana service is like the thing you can always request from anywhere in the code, because it's like this auto load, right? So check this out. I can do something like this. Candy machine data is I have to await candy machine Solana service, candy machine manager, fetch candy machine, right? And I have to add candy machine ID, which is like added right here. Candy machine ID, candy guard ID, which I added as like these public variables, right? So this is so easy to get candy machine data, right? See, so set up, and like you can do something like progress value, show how many items are available, how many are redeemed, right? So you have all the information in the class of candy machine data. So this is like one thing to just fetch the candy machine. And also for minting, we have just this Solana service, candy machine manager, mint NFT with guards, right? So you add the candy machine, the guard ID, of course the wallets, guard settings. So the guard settings is like this resource, right, that you add. So Rubians DevNet, Rubians mainnet. So this is currently DevNet. So you add this one, right? Guard settings right here, right? Mint group, mint account. Yeah, so mint group was of course like those things like mint group, open token, coupon. So with just this one function, right? A mint NFT with this, right? You can just also await it, get yourself a transaction ID, and then you know it managed to mint, and then you can also like get yourself candy machine data and just refresh how many were available, how many are left, right? So a lot of information is in the docs. So if you're interested in seeing the code, that should answer most of your questions. And you can see like it's not really that difficult. Maybe it's just going to be unfamiliar language, but if you know Python, this is going to be really, really easy. So yeah, that's kind of what we have with Candy Machine, and I think this is like one of the biggest highlights, and what I'm like I will be trying to push forward, and also maybe that's gonna be a little bit more complicated, but we also support custom smart contracts. Guys, in the chat, please let me know if you're doing any smart contracts yourself. Are you that big brain? Do you have any smart contract knowledge? Okay, I can see nobody here is making smart contracts. You guys are just stitching them up together, probably, right? So I'm interested in inscribing. Oh shit, that's out of my zone. I'm just really slacking on inscribing. I saw it was a cool thing, but I just could never get into it properly. But yeah, let me just kind of show you one more thing, and that is this. It's on a service right here. So thing right here. So we also have support for custom smart contracts, and this is one of the contracts that we support right now with the SDK itself. So it's SOAR high score. So SOAR is a program for calculating high scores and storing them in a smart contract, right? For on-chain points. Okay. Maybe that could be something you would like to do in Godot. Maybe that could be an integration into the SDK as well. So maybe. Yeah, so just a little example. What it can do is I can go up here. Wait, I probably need to go in the DevNet. Yeah, so I can go on the high score. I can start a game, which is just gonna be random, well played. This is your score, right? So that's just kind of just randomly you get a random score, because the showcase is not about the game, it's about the high score system. Then you can submit your score, sign in transaction. I don't need to sign because I'm in here in the testing environment, but I still need to wait for it to be finalized. I hope it's all gonna work. Transaction success. And now if I go to the leaderboard, you can see there should be a bunch of different accounts when it loads up. Sorry, maybe I don't have maybe the best DevNet RPC. It's not that fast. So see, Mr. Bagel is killing in the competition. He's got all the top 10 spots right here. See, so it fetches the data from on-chain. So you can just basically, just do all that. All those things. So you can submit different high scores. So you would have, of course, to research this whole thing in the script. You would need to go here in like demos, right? Demos, then high score demo, and you would go up here in the high score demo and try to see how this whole thing is working. This is the most complex part. If you want to like mess with custom contracts, this is gonna be Mr. Bagel with max liquidity. Okay, nice. Bagel. Yeah, so this part is the most difficult one, because right, you need to like do like custom things, right? Register leaderboard. I cannot even remember this code that I've written. This was really, really difficult for me to do. But like basically like SOAR program. Yeah, so I'm just gonna like show you like how this would work. See, so there's like submit score to leaderboard. You need like to do like the whole instruction and then send it as a transaction with like different instructions. So it's like this is a whole lot of work. But since I have like this script, this can be like a nice way for you like to just kind of have it as an example if you want to mess with like custom contracts and integrate them in your games. So by just learning how this thing works, you could basically do it. It's not that difficult. Maybe it's not really optimized. Like when I did it, there were like some things that were like we can do a bit better with the SDK, but maybe guys, if you struggle and if you see like you want to do something, we can then update it with make those features better. But one thing that I think is very interesting is this one. Wait, how can I go into? Yeah, so you can see store program, right? This, guys, are you familiar with IDL, right? So when you make an anchor program, you get yourself an IDL, this kind of file which kind of stitches up everything and allows you to call functions and accounts from using that contract, right? So basically, you can add the IDL right here. Wait, where is the IDL? I think it's going to be this one, maybe. No, this is the JSON. I don't know where it is. Where is the IDL? Oh, soar IDL. Let me see. Soar IDL. Script soar. Yeah, cool. So it's going to be right here. Scripts soar. And you can see this is the IDL file, right? This is the IDL that I just added up in here in the Godot program, right? I added in Godot, this is just IDL. And when I place it up here in this anchor program node, right? I can just do add child, anchor program, right? When I add anchor program right here, I can just paste in this IDL, and I already have access to call it from anywhere in the code, right? So I can see, I can even do some inspection right here. See, so I have IDL. So what does it do, right? It has some 10 accounts. It has some constants, instructions, very interesting, right? Very important instructions. So maybe this instruction is what? Add achievement, right? And the achievement has accounts, it has arguments and everything. So this makes it much easier to just kind of figure out what arguments you need for every transaction, right? So for example, right here, I needed to do the game auth, payer, game, leaderboard, PDA, and all of this was easy to add because I could find the instruction. Right there. The one. Oh man, it's getting it's getting difficult to follow with so many nodes open at the same time. Yeah, but you can see I can then find maybe this add achievement. This should be something like update game, update this, add leaderboard, right? So add leaderboard is going to have some accounts, right? So authority, payer, leaderboard, top entries, system program, right? So those are the same things, right? Top entries, leaderboard, game, payer, and it tells me what it wants to get, right? So custom programs are working really nicely integrated. It's just that you would need, of course, some better understanding. You first need to do these simple things like load NFTs, load tokens, and once you get around to it, you can then add some custom programs. So I can see people are going out. They're losing interest. Well, naturally, it's a difficult topic, and I hope you guys could at least understand a little bit of what I was going through. And I don't know, maybe we can do some questions. I can answer some questions because I can see people are going one by one, and I don't really have then a lot more to say. So maybe I would like to stop with this inspection part and demo part, and maybe we can just have some conversation, some questions. And maybe to kick this off, I remember Cardboard said, how about WebGL with WebGL with Godot 4.2, right? So currently Godot is in 4.2, and there is a very big issue. This is one of the reasons why I'm not currently releasing this gamified website that I showed you, is because loading Godot apps currently on WebGL, it doesn't work that nicely. So it works on Chrome, Windows, right? Works on Linux as far as I know, but on Macs, which it's becoming a really popular medium, right? Popular operating system, doesn't really work on Macs. Sometimes when people are telling me I'm asking them to load in and see how they like it, give me some feedback, right? Some people are saying it loaded, it just took a minute or something to load, much longer than it would take on Windows, right? So I did some research, and they're saying, oh, these are some headers, some things that are stopping the loading process, blah, 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 Mac things, right? For some, it says it just doesn't load at all, it just freezes the browser. So there is a big issue with loading Godot apps on the Mac. However, there's a silver lining on this. Godot 4.3 is coming very soon. It's supposed to be in roughly a month or something. There's already 4.3 dev snapshots, on a 6 snapshot right now, dev versions, before release. So with these, a new form of WebGL. Like they're like adding single-threaded WebGL support, so it can support multiple operating systems. And it's gonna, of course, it's not gonna be as powerful then. So you can like choose if you want to go more powerful, and it's only gonna be able to support Windows, or you can go single-threaded, and then it's gonna support Linux, Mac, and Windows. So I'm kind of delaying that, but I'm probably just gonna release it on Windows and say, "Oh, support for Mac is coming soon," something like that. So this is coming soon. So it's not to say that it's a lost cause, but if you just want to release something right now, you have to understand Mac is going to be a big problem. Yeah, I find that it takes so long time, but if it does work, but so long that it's not viable. 4.3, baby, let's go. So Cardboard, if I understand correctly, you're on a Mac, right? Please let me know if you're on a Mac. If so, yeah, that's kind of it. I did like some research, and that's kind of it. It says that it works. It just because of some things when you're loading. I'm not qualified enough to tell you what those things exactly are. It's something with Mac, it doesn't like it, so it just before it like says error and just skips, it like loads for a minute before it says yeah, that's not good, I don't like it, right? So it just kind of takes a long time because of some basically errors. Cool. So yeah, any more questions? And guys, please let me know if you got anything from this. If you thought this was any fun, I would gladly appreciate any feedback, and yeah, any questions, of course. And let's just hang out. You said that you could authenticate with Phantom. Does it only apply for browser builds? And he said, I had fun. That's very, very pleasing to hear.
Me too.
Yeah, so you said you could authenticate with Phantom. Does it only apply for browser builds? I don't really understand the question. Okay, Kudo, maybe could you help me out on this?
Yeah, I was reading it. Cardboard.
Does it only apply for browser builds? I mean, yes. So like that's how it works, right? It's built on web. So on web, the extension pops out, and for the browser builds, you mean does it support mobile? Is that what you're asking? So just clarify if that's what you're asking. And if you're wondering about desktop, then you guys know, you probably know are familiar with that. You're probably going with desktop. You most likely don't want your users to log in with your wallets, right? You want them to log in with emails, passwords, and you give them the keys. Of course, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that's not really Web3 of you guys. So yeah. So
what about Sega, like Solana Mobile?
Saga Mobile, yeah. So for the mobile, in-game wallet. Okay, I'll go with in-game wallet provider maybe a bit later. But for mobile, I have to be honest. It's not tested. I haven't tested, but my partner said it's supported. You can do like these. How are they called? Shadow, not shadow. Something with shadow. Guys, please help me out on this. Like the thing that like pops up during the app. It's stuck. I cannot remember. But basically, yeah, it allows you to sign on the mobile. He said it's supported. You can launch it on mobile. It's just a problem that I haven't tested, so I couldn't say. My current like focus was just on web, because if I was focusing on making something on web and mobile, I would take half a year. So I'm just letting you guys figure this out. If you want to try mobile, it's supposed to be working. If it is working, please let me know. I can like update the SDK with things with like your demos. I would really appreciate that. But it's supposed to be working.
Okay, cool.
Seed Vault.
Is that where you're trying
Seed
to?
Vault? Yeah, that's a good question. Seed Vault. We haven't done anything with Seed Vaults, but I think that could be a nice, interesting things, right? If you guys like, if you want to do something with mobile, right, make a mobile game, and you see that it's at first it's gonna work on Androids and everything, right? And we see that you guys care, you guys think it's needed for you, right? And then we can say, hey, we're going to integrate the Seed Vault, and you guys are going to be the testers, right? You need it, so you guys are going to test it out, right? So those features are going to be added on a need-to-need basis, right? So we just want to focus on what matters. the problem is that we're not like getting constantly paid for it. This grant was basically to get to this level. We got some development milestones, right? The money was just to get to this level, and now we got like some additional money for maintenance, which is like to fix bugs, maybe to add something, right? And also for adoption. So I'm here talking to you guys. I'm going to be doing workshops, YouTube tutorials, things to like get some adoption. That's also going to be part of how we're going to get paid by the foundation. So we cannot really add like a bunch of like new things. But like I'm going to be going like to these build stations. I'm going to try to go to Island DAO to try maybe talk to some people and say, hey guys, maybe you want some cool integrations, get some grants going, right? Maybe something like that. Maybe that can work out. And if you guys would be able to lead us to some grants, I would also really appreciate it. I can see that questions are picking up. Modal, I have no idea what modal is, so probably the answer is no. You mean seamless switch between app wallet? Seamless switch between app wallets. When in-game wallet provider? I think that's the same question. In-game wallet provider, you could seamlessly switch between app wallets. In-game wallet provider, that's like, it's there. I don't know if that's kind of the question, but when you go press login, the wallet adapter pops up and you can select between the different provided wallets, if that's what you're asking. So the wallet adapter is working. It's just that it's just currently supporting these 3 wallets, but it's not really difficult to add a couple more. And seamless switch between app wallet. Guys, I don't know if I'm stupid. I don't know if I'm stupid. Tell me if I'm stupid. I don't really quite understand these questions. One more. My concern is, in my experience, people want to use their already existing wallet, provided they don't think they're gonna get rugged. So when you have a non-browser game, are people able to use their existing wallet, or do they generate a new one within the game? You're not stupid. Thank you. That's a relief. So when you have a non-browser game, are people able to use their existing wallet, or do they generate a new one? So listen. So with the non-browser games, you could do is one of 2 ways, right? You could say, hey, this is the wallet we just generated. You save it, and you're gonna own this wallet, right? You just generated it, and you're gonna not generate it anymore. What we're gonna do as this Web2 service provider, we're also going to save this wallet on our end, so that you just see the information. You can save this wallet as your own that was just generated, right? But we're gonna like take care of this transaction. So if you want to buy anything or do anything, you're not gonna need to sign, because we're gonna take this care of you, right? We're gonna do like this: go into the database, get the private key, use it to sign the things, right? So you don't interact with it. So basically, if you're given the option to get that wallet for yourself, it basically means we have your key. We understand it's not very Web3 of us, but at any time you can use this wallet, right? Add it into your extension and like extract all the things to your own wallet, right? Or maybe like they will, at some point, they will have a website. Let's say it's some game, Counter-Strike 3, Counter-Strike 4, I don't know, 3. Is there Counter-Strike 3? Probably not. There's a Counter-Strike 3, right? So they could maybe add a launcher. So on the website, you can log into your account, and in there with the extension, you can link your wallet, like so that you own it, right? You can link your wallet to the launcher, right? So then when you're playing the desktop game, they will know you by using the same database, right? This could also like be a way to go. It's just guys that from my experience, like it's already hard enough to make a Web3 game, right? It's just really, really hard. So just because, like you're making a game itself is hard, right? You need to do what? Music, particles, 3D, 2D, whatever. It's just like a whole bunch of different art pieces you need like to integrate to make a game. Web3 basically works as like, monetization layer, transaction layer, or if you're going full on chain, then you're cool dev, right? But if you want to like add this thing of owning wallets, databases, and everything, guys, this is gonna make everything so unmanageable. You're gonna regret making a game in the first place. So like you're gonna get stuck in hell. And the most importantly, if you're doing this as a 1-person team or 2 or whatever, like small team, when you build this whole thing, it's gonna become obsolete. Because things are moving so fast right now. From my experience, I'm basically switching to making games that are just you can make them in a week or just in a month. you cannot basically make anything that you think is going to have a lasting effect, because it just moves so fast. Of course, if you have a big team, big budget, sure, you can always move forward. You can always have your engineers on a standby without work, just researching new technologies, right? Then you can stay on top of the game. But if you're going with just a small team, don't mess with these databases. Don't mess with these in-game wallet providers. You could theoretically then go like to some like Fractal or some place that handles all this data. I'm just not a big fan of this, but you could go like to this like the Web3 Steam, right? That just handles all the things. You just kind of give them the game, and when people log in, they log in through like their fractal, I think, fractal in-game game account, right? So I'll see at Island DAO. Yeah, LFG. I'm still waiting to get my accommodation subsidized. If I'm not gonna get accommodation subsidized, it's gonna be an expensive ass trip. I don't know if I can afford it. So I'm saying, guys, I can do workshops, I can do whatever, I can clean the rooms for guys. Just let me crash in for free. So I guess my main goal is token gating and experience, which is quite easy in browser. Literally had it happen to me. Yes. Yeah, so that's kind of it. Token gating, I think, is basically what kind of my route is. Actually, I'm making a game for Coliseum. Guys, are you building anything for Coliseum hackathon? Godot, are you participating in the Coliseum hackathon?
Maybe, probably not.
Probably not. There's not much time to decide.
What are you building?
Actually, I want to show you guys. This is going to be also very, very spicy alpha. But I want to show you. We are doing a collaboration with Dev with Hat. I don't know if you guys are familiar. You probably are, right? Because you got the Dev with Hat allocation, right? So you probably know about Dev with Hat. Okay, dark mode. We are with our on-chain points. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's maybe talk about it and see if there's any way of adding Godot. Probably not in these 10 days because I still have my own game to push, but let's do it. Way too busy for a hackathon. You're lucky. I don't know if I'm lucky. I will be lucky if I win any money. That would be really lucky. But being able to participate just means I am jobless. But okay, let me show you a little bit of a thing. Guys, check this out. Come on, please compile. What am I missing? Compilation failed miserably. Expected good dev, received shit dev instead. So we have a game where a developer needs to get a hat to get good. Are you struggling to write code that works? Get a hat and enjoy stress-free life forever. Of course, you need to connect your wallet. And this is all explanation. I know I should do pictures and everything for tutorial, but the game itself is just so hard to make. I'll see if I have enough time for adding like proper tutorial. Oh shit! Are you not seeing the screen? Okay, let me share. Let me share once again. Okay. Oh, this is so embarrassing.
Oh, good.
Thank you guys for letting me know. You could have told me a bit quicker though. Okay, let me go in and show you. Come on, please compile. What am I missing? See, the dev has no hat. That's a big problem. That's why from good dev he got a shit dev error. See? So and with get hat, are you struggling to write code that works? Get a hat and enjoy stress-free life forever. Code looks better than your face. Shit. Okay, connect wallet. So that's I will just basically explain to you as the game progresses. So basically, it will cost you 1,000 Dev with Hat tokens to play one time, and there's gonna be some interesting rewards as you play. So check this out. Basically, the game is that you need to collect 3 hat fragments. You need to find 3 hat fragments, and if you do, you combine them into a hat, and then you win the game. So check this out. I'm gonna be redoing some things. So you can see you're collecting some tokens. Every move that you walk, every move that you make, you're using 1 energy. See, using 1 energy, and you can. And let me try and see. Oh, this is a folder. You can press E to open a folder. You can have some interesting items up here. I need to find some energy or I'm going to die. Oh, that's going to be a terrible way to start. So I can compress the data. Press E to compress the data. Oh, there's a dev bar, sneakers bar. See, I got myself some energy. I can walk more. Oh, actually, yeah. So press E to compress data. So this is, oh, yes, I got a shard. Woohoo! I got a hat shard. So now I have 1 hat shard. I need to find 3. And I can find them. I can find them by following the radar. I can get more of energy. Yeah, compress the data. It's very important to compress the data in the cyber world. And guys, this is very cool. Check this out. Press E to squash bug. Bam! Knocked him out. Oh my goodness. One more. Press E to squash bug. Bam! Those bugs have no chances. In the cyber world, the dev is real. Okay, cool. So I'm not gonna spoil you. I'm not gonna spoil too much. There's still a bit of work left to be done. But this is gonna be pretty interesting. It's gonna have some nice rewards. So yeah, this is kind of what I'm doing for the hackathon. And it's gonna be like a little bit of a play to earn, a little bit of an arcade gambling game. But sometimes you gotta sell out to get the dev with hat to retweet your tweets, to get Rubians more recognizable, right? To get a brand going, gotta do some selling out. So there's no other community I would like to sell out more to than the developers. So I think you guys are real. This is the real culture. You guys are not gonna go away when Solana dumps back to $10. So devs connected, united forever.
Devs forever. Oh man, that was awesome. Are there any more questions in the chat?
Yes, please, questions. And Kuda, you've been real silent. Come on, give me a question or something.
I don't know. It's very cool. I'm not really in the game dev world, so it's hard for me to like take it and run with it. But now you've made me want to start making games, though. That's cool.
Yeah, gaming is just like development. When I'm doing other type of development, when it's like not gaming, the satisfaction is like, I need the dopamine, right? I need the dopamine, and when the dopamine is that I can press a button and wait for the transaction to pass, and that's like my dopamine. It's just not enough, Like for me, it's just like this UI layer. If I can like add an animation of doing MMA kick and squash a bug, right? It's just like this visual thing, which is maybe even like easier to do than just like some complex thing to get like all the data converge into like this one button to make it very neat and optimized, right? If you have like this visual, bam, you kick it, you shoot it, compress data, right? There's more opportunity to be fun, right? And that's kind of why that's kind of the way I approach code. I'm honestly a developer, but I don't consider myself a developer. I'm just kind of using the code as glue, Since I do art and music and everything, I'm just using code to just bring everything together. So my code is scrappy. Of course, with SDK, I tried my hardest, to be this doesn't make sense. I need to optimize it to be But in general, I'm just kind of trying for shit to just work. Yeah, just work, and just what matters is that it's fun. So yeah, I think making games is completely different than any type of other development, at least from what I tried.
Yeah, that's a cool way of putting that. The layer you work in, just putting it together is glue. I've been trying to communicate stuff like that to some artists, where it's like they think, oh, I can't be a dev. It's like, no, it's kind of the same mindset. You're being creative, putting components together. It's just a different medium. That's cool.
Yeah, so please, guys, go ahead and try out this SDK. Break it, let me know it's trash, and put me to work.
File a PR. We have the links to the repos now.
Yeah, I sent the link to the thing.
Yep, and I sent them in the other chats too.
And yeah, guys, I would really appreciate if you if you decide to do something, right? Maybe make a game. You see, oh man, I've got the coolest integration, right? Maybe some token gated buttons or whatever, something that can go well on SDK, right? Please go ahead and make a contribution, add it to SDK. The only problem is that I have no idea how to make branches work on GitHub. I'm this one-man team, so I have this one main branch, and I just do push. I always have one backup line, no? I can always go to the last safe space, right? So I'm a little useless on this part. I know how to make some push-pull requests myself. I did a couple in the Unity SDK, so when I'm instructed, I know how to do something. But I cannot just take care of the whole review code, add, pull this, branch that. So if you guys like want to do something, please like teach me. Let's do it together somehow, because like I'm useless on this part.
Yeah, help each other there. Cool. Well, I don't see any more questions in the chat. Should we wrap this up? I think we covered a lot of stuff. It's pretty sweet.
I think so, and I really appreciate you guys for staying up until the end, spending the whole hour on a Saturday evening or whatever it is. And Kudo, I really appreciate you giving me a spot here to showcase the SDK and other things I've been building.
Yeah, of course, man.
You guys are real. I drink to you.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, thanks everyone for being here. We'll try to do these more. My weekends are opening up a little more. Yeah, and you mentioned a part 2 maybe. If you want to come back for part 2, feel free, man.
Yes. So for part 2, I would really like to give you something on VRMs, guys. VRMs is gonna blow your mind. Oh my goodness, cool. VRM is the new shit. With Rubians, we're leading the charge with VRMs. Rubians #1. Get yourself a Rubian and join into the fun.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's schedule a part 2. That'd be awesome. I think we should get some more. I think there's people in here interested in game dev, so it's awesome that you're leading the charge there. I think that'll be a popular topic if we want to do more of it. Very cool. Yeah, thanks everyone for being here, taking some time out of your weekend. We'll do this again soon. Thanks again for Thomukas for being here. Keep building.
Keep building, devs. The Solana relies on you.
We need you. All 75 of you, 76 of you. All right, have a good weekend.